Okay, folks, the moment of truth is almost here. It's currently Monday, November 2nd, one day before the election night of 2020. So it may just be a day or two away from finding out the fate of our nation, or of course, if the left gets their way, we'll be maybe months away with all the late counting of votes. But regardless of the results, this is going to be the most highly contested election in our lifetime, if not in our nation's history. Trump already has lawyers standing by. The left has already made it clear that they will do whatever it takes to gain power. Of course, we know Hillary has said Joe should not concede no matter what. Pelosi has said that she is confident that Biden will be president regardless of the final count, or whatever she meant by that. Courts are already starting to make decisions at state levels, and even the Supreme Court now, regarding ballots being counted long after election night. So here we are. This is where we find out if conservatives have finally grown a spine, or if history has taught us nothing. Will we continue just to sit back and complain about the silent majority? Or will we finally actually step up and take action? I'm not saying go out and burn down businesses, loot stores. We all know the left is doing plenty of that themselves and planning on increasing such actions if Trump wins. They already stated as such. And Trump supporters, you need to get out and vote. Seeing way too many conservatives out there on social media accounts and different message boards and such, and even hearing it in conversations in real life. There's no way Trump can lose. Look at the size of the rallies, blah, blah, blah. Biden ain't drawing anybody. Trump's drawing thousands. And you got to also consider, yes, partly it's an excuse, but also you do have to consider Joe Biden is limiting rally sizes because of the COVID stuff. So, I keep hearing this, well, if you can't bring people out to rallies, how you going to get them out to vote? Well, there's no restrictions on showing up to vote. There's restrictions on coming to a Biden rally. So don't let that lull you to sleep. And also, of course, the whole, there's no way they can lose, that we can lose. Isn't that what the left said about Hillary in 2016? On the flip side of that, I'm also hearing some on the left stating, oh, Biden has this huge lead in the polls. He's going to win. There's no way he can lose. He's up double digits in all these different states. He's got this in the bag. Could that possibly lull them asleep and make them think, oh, he's got this, so my little vote don't matter. I'll just stay home, especially if the weather's not good in my area that day. However, I do think they probably learned their lesson about taking that for granted with the polls in 2016. We saw what happened with Hillary. And this is the most important election of our lifetime. I know you're probably sitting there thinking, oh, but everyone says the same thing about every election. I've heard it the past several elections. Every election in my lifetime I've heard, oh, this is the most important election. I think it's been true pretty much about the past several elections, because the two major political parties have become more and more polarized. Although, ironically enough, there's a diagram out there somewhere. I tried to find it, but didn't have quite enough time to find it. That shows how much overlap there used to be between the two parties and how far apart they are now. But the interesting part was it showed that the conservative side actually has not shifted that much, maybe shifted slightly to the right, but the left has actually shifted way to the left, which is what accounts for the gap. That's a little bit, maybe for a different video. I think Tim Pool actually did something on that. If you want to go to his channel and look for it. But yeah, everybody, oh, you say that, everybody says that about every election, but again, two parties have drifted way far apart. There's really been no serious third party to emerge that put up much of a battle to be able to take it seriously. It's kind of funny because if I take a little political leanings test, it always tells me I'm libertarian. And when you look at what libertarians are supposed to stand for, I would probably agree with that. But the Libertarian Party is not truly libertarian. It's become pretty much a joke, and I'm not the only one to say that. A lot of people I know that have been lifelong libertarians say that. I actually know someone who was the chairman of the local Libertarian Party here where I live, and they actually resigned from their position because the Libertarian Party to them had become something that it's not what libertarians actually stand for. But that's just another rabbit chase in there. But getting back to the election, freedom's on the line, folks. The left is going to try to convince you, and already are, and the mainstream media jumping in with them. Oh, Trump's a dictator. He's going to take away your rights. Trump's going to take all your rights. He's a tyrant. But look at his actions. He's cut government regulations. On the COVID situation, he's letting states handle their own COVID protocols with just some suggested guidelines from the federal level when everybody was calling for, oh, you do need to do a nationwide thing. You need to mandate this, mandate that. But guarantee you, hey, he done some kind of nationwide mandate. The same people hollering, oh, he failed. He should have done a nationwide mandate would be like, oh, states' rights, states' rights. I'm on the states' rights side because each state is different. Each county is different within a state sometimes. So his actions have shown the complete opposite of dictatorial leanings. You want to look at behaviors and who seems to be tyrannical and dictatorial. No, look at the left. Biden wants nationwide mandates, which was going to basically kill the economic recovery that we're starting to see. They're calling for some leftists calling for re-education camps for conservatives. Can you think of a certain world war? Anybody? No. Which side is the one threatening those with opposing view? Which side is beating people just because they support a candidate that they don't like? Which side's burning down businesses, looting just because a particular candidate they like didn't win or because a judge they don't like was confirmed to the Supreme Court? So, super important, people. We're already starting to see with early voting. A lot of areas reporting record turnout with early votes. Get to the polls if you haven't voted already. If you got friends, family members, neighbors that don't have a way to get to the polls, give them a ride. We need to make sure Trump wins by a landslide so that no amount of fraud will be able to overcome the margin of victory. Make sure you vote conservative down the ballot. We got to maintain control of the Senate. Need to regain control of the House. Don't let the fear-mongering that you're seeing from the left and the mainstream media scare you. Yeah, they're threatening increased riots if Trump wins, but when you think about it, Trump gets reelected, I don't think he'll be as hesitant as he currently is to invoke the Insurrection Act if needed. Right now, he's having to worry about optics during an election year because he knows how that would get twisted. Oh, look at that. He's a dictator. He's sending the military after his own people. Once he's reelected, that's his second term. You don't get another reelection, so you don't have to worry about those optics, so he can use the Insurrection Act if needed and just take care of these people where the Democrats and mayors and governors aren't doing so. And of course, taking back control of the House and Senate is super important as, if we still have a Democratic House, you're going to have another 4 years of impeach, investigate, and be hard for him to get anything done just like it was these first 4 years. So tomorrow's the day, folks. America has a choice, freedom or a socialist agenda. Which will you choose?